Today we are taking more robust action than any other government before in order to bring this down. Since my first day in the Home Office, just 3 weeks ago, I have been determined to crack down on those who try and jump the queue and exploit our immigration system. I've been working closely with my right honourable friend, the Immigration Minister, on this subject. The recent figures from the ONS show a provisional estimate of net migration for the year ending June 2023 of 672,000. Whilst this is lower than the ONS estimate for net migration for the year ending December 2022, it is still far too high. When our country voted to leave the European Union, we also voted to take back control of our borders. And thanks to this Conservative government, we now have a points-based immigration system through which we can control who comes to the UK. We prioritise the skills and talent that we need to grow our economy and to support our NHS, and we have a competitive visa system for globally mobile talent. For example, last year we expanded our health worker visa access to address the urgent need for more social care workers. The whole country can also be proud that in the last decade we have welcomed more than 500,000 people through humanitarian routes. People from Ukraine, from Hong Kong, from Afghanistan, including 85,000 from Ukraine and Hong Kong in the last year alone. The British people will always do the right thing by those in need. But they also, and they are absolutely right to, want to reduce overall immigration numbers, not only by stopping the boats and shutting down illegal routes, but by well-managed reduction in legal migration too. People are understandably worried about housing, about GP appointments, about school places, and access to other public services when they can see their communities growing and growing quickly in numbers. From January 2024, the right for international students to bring dependents will be removed unless they are on postgraduate courses designated as a research programme. We always want to attract the global brightest and best. We have also stopped international students from switching out of the student route into work routes before their studies have been completed. These changes will have a tangible impact on net migration. Madam Deputy Speaker, around 153,000 visas were granted to dependents of sponsored students in the year ending September 2023. Today, I can announce that we will go even further than those provisions already in place, with a 5-point plan to further curb immigration abuses, and that will deliver the biggest ever reduction in net migration. In total, this package, plus our reduction in student dependents, will mean around 300,000 fewer people will come in future years than have come to the UK last year. These measures are possible because we are building up our domestic workforce and supporting British workers. Thanks to the excellent work of my right honourable friend, the Work and Pension Secretary, our Back to Work plan will help people stay healthy, get off benefits and move into sustainable employment. It builds on the ambitious £7 billion employment package from the spring budget to help up to 1.1 million people with long-term health conditions, disabilities, or who have been on long-term unemployment to look for work, to get into work, and to stay in work. We're also investing heavily in helping adults learn valuable skills and prepare for the economy of the future. And of course, Madam Deputy Speaker, we have world-class universities that help in that endeavour. So of a 5-point plan, the first of our 5 points will be to end the abuse of the health and care visa. We will stop overseas care workers from bringing family dependents, and we will require care firms in England to be regulated by the Care Quality Commission in order for them to sponsor visas. Approximately 120,000 dependents accompanied 100,000 care workers and senior care workers in the year ending September 2023. Only 25% of dependents are estimated to be in work, meaning a significant number are drawing on public services rather than helping to grow the economy. We recognise that foreign workers do great work in our NHS and health sector, but it is also important that migrants make a big enough financial contribution. Therefore, we will increase annual immigration health surcharge this year by 66%, from £624 to £1,035, to raise on average around £1.3 billion for the health services of this country every year. Second, we will stop immigration undercutting the salary of British workers. We will increase the skilled worker earnings threshold by a third to £38,700 from next spring, in line with the median full-term wage for those kinds of jobs. Those coming on health and social care visa routes will be exempt, so we can continue to bring in the healthcare workers on which our care sector and NHS rely. Thirdly, we will scrap cut-price shortage labour from overseas by ending the 20% going rate salary discount for shortage occupations and reforming the shortage occupation list. I have asked the Migration Advisory Committee to review the occupations on this list because of our new higher skilled worker salary thresholds, and we will create a new immigration salary list with a reduced number of occupations in coordination with the MAC. Fourthly, we will ensure people only bring dependents who they can support financially by raising the minimum income for family visas to the same threshold as the minimum salary threshold for skills workers, which is £38,700. The minimum income requirement of £18,600 has not been increased since 2012. Madam Deputy Speaker, this package of measures will take place from next spring. Finally, having already banned overseas master's students from bringing family members to the UK, I have asked the Migration Advisory Committee to review the graduate route to prevent abuse, to protect the integrity and quality of the UK's outstanding higher education sector. It needs to work in the best interests of the UK, supporting the pathway into high-quality jobs for the global talent pool, but reducing opportunities for abuse. Madam Deputy Speaker, this package of measures, taken in addition with the measures on student dependent announced in May, means that around 300,000 fewer people will be eligible to come to the UK than were coming last year. This is the largest reduction on record. Immigration policy must be fair, consistent, legal and sustainable. That is why we are also taking the fight to illegal migration. Our plan to stop the boats is working. Small boat arrivals are down by a third, even as illegal migration across the rest of Europe is on the rise. Madam Deputy Speaker, today we have taken decisive action to reduce legal migration with our 5-point plan. Enough is enough. We are curbing abuses to the healthcare visa. We are increasing thresholds, cutting the SOL discount, increasing family income requirements and cutting the number of student dependents, and I commend this statement to the House.
Shadow Home Secretary Yvette Cooper.